following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 19 in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And after a rather disappointing race at Armory Digital, we're hoping for a good one tomorrow night from the Nashville Super Speedway, qualifying for the Cracker Barrel 400 here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And it should be a pretty good one here tomorrow night. Very strategic, and it's going to be a lot like Pocono in my opinion, so looking forward to a race like that heading in to the chase. Only 2 races remain until we set the 10-driver field, and it is going to definitely be a very critical qualifying session because Nashville doesn't see too much passing, so where you start could very well determine where you finish in tomorrow night's race. But right now we're here for uncharted qualifying, and it's Ryan Madden, the 85, who's going to be the first driver to complete a lap here. And we'll see what he clocks in here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Very unique racetrack here. 1.33 miles long. And it's relatively flat through the corners. It's a lot like Kentucky, but a little bit narrower and shorter. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this race goes. So one of my favorite racetracks that we go here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and it's going to be a great race tomorrow night here for the Cracker Barrel 400, and it shouldn't have an issue like we saw at Armory Digital. I apologize for that. That should not have happened. I mean, you know, it's been a very frustrating season for a lot of guys, and especially myself, and you know, not necessarily for your sake, but for just my sake, and it takes the fun out of it when things like that happen. Let's just put it that way, and hopefully we get a decent race here tomorrow night, and we have a good points battle in Indianapolis as well. Now, Indianapolis shouldn't have too much of an issue, and this one shouldn't have too much of an issue either. We usually don't have an issue here at Nashville. Usually. But we usually don't have issues in many of the other places we've had issues this season, so I'm not banking on much. But either way, we're going to keep on going, and we'll have to see how it all goes down. Jordan Lopes finished second in this race last year, and here he is in the number 98 looking to qualify his way into this event. He actually almost won it, but could not defeat Blaine Keys, who, as a matter of fact, got the win in the Rockstar Pro Series last week. So Blaine Keys might have a little bit of momentum coming into this race. Of course, the thing about Blaine Keys, unfortunately, is he's last in the points. He has no chance of making the chase, unfortunately, but he is a defending winner of this race, so we'll have to see what he can do in tomorrow night's event. And then qualifying, because qualifying is going to be a big, big thing for who wins here at Nashville. Matt Tuck drove this 98 to victory lane a couple weeks ago. Now Jordan Lopes, who almost won here at Nashville, is in the ride. And he does have a draft there on Ryan Madden. He just went to the top of the board. So I was expecting him to do that. That's why we were following him there. And right now, it is Jordan Lopes and Ryan Madden, the 2 guys who would advance on and qualify for the Cracker Barrel 400. Both veterans as well. And Madden, he's been in this 85 quite a bit here as of late, so he's been doing pretty good over in the Turkey Hills Series. They're racing at Indianapolis Raceway Park here in just a couple hours over on Napa Fan, so stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a fascinating event, no question about it. 67 to Mark Davidson. And Davidson's been in the 67 ever since he got the 67. I think it might have been Daytona, the first race he attempted to qualify. He has been in that 67 every race since, so he's been doing a great job this season. Second fastest, only a 10th off the 98 of Jordan Lopes. And of course, it's always the top 2 fastest in uncharted qualifying who advance on to race in the main event and to qualify along with the 40 other full-time drivers. And we're about done here in the Cracker Barrel 400 uncharted qualifying session from Nashville. Now it looks like we're going to get Jordan Lopes in the race, and after he almost won this thing last year, we have had 3 uncharted drivers win races so far this season, including Matt Tuck, who drove this machine to victory lane at Pocono, Cookie Helms, who drove the 18, and the number 97, driven by Alex Bonchino at California. It's Nathan Baird in the 71, Micah Knapp's in the 97, Alex Mann's in the 18, Jake West is back in the 36. I think that's his third straight race in the 36 machine. And Ryan Madden, he's got a chance here if he can get a good draft on Jake West ahead of him, but if he can't, it's going to be Jordan Lopes and Mark Davidson in the Cracker Barrel 400. So we'll have to see. Madden was one of the faster guys earlier on in this session. You see how close he is there. But I just don't think he's going to have enough to advance on. And it's going to be the 98 and the 67. But there is still a little bit more time added on. So we'll have to see if Madden drives it in deep to get a good lap here. 17 seconds left. After the clock is done here, we should be done with the uncharted qualifying session. Does not look like Ryan Madden advanced his time. That's an unfortunate one for him. He did qualify for Armory Digital last week, but it's not going to happen this weekend. Dale Salzmann, by the way, was in the 74. We didn't even go through a lot of these guys, but I'm sorry. You know, not many people really watch qualifying anymore anyway. But Jordan Lopes and Mark Davidson will be in tomorrow night's race, and they're going to qualify with the other 40 full-time drivers right now for the pole in the Cracker Barrel 400. So let's see who gets it done here at Nashville in qualifying for the Cracker Barrel 400 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And here we go. We're ready to set the field here at the Nashville Super Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 400, the penultimate race in the regular season, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And a lot of guys on the bubble. One guy in particular, John Arndt, in the 05. He's only 7 points off the cutoff coming into this race. Elijah Gordon is 0 points off the cutoff, but he's outside because he's tied with Stuart Gratton. And Gratton has won a race this season, while Gordon has not. One guy who's in pretty good shape is John Stewart. He comes into this race 63 ahead. If he can stay 63 ahead of the cutoff, he is guaranteed in the chase. So, for him, for the number 99 of Brad Stover, they finish in the top 10 tomorrow. They will, guaranteed, be in the chase for season number 7 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Great seasons by both of those drivers as rookies, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do in tomorrow night's event. See all the drivers lined up on pit lane there. It's a pretty neat view there of all the guys down the pit lane. Another guy on the bubble, Tristan Allen, only 4 points off the cutoff. Had a great run in Armory Digital to put him in a great position in the points. Justin Heath, he's 17 ahead right now of the cutoff. He is sixth in the standings right now. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I didn't know he was that far ahead. Roger Ray, he's 54 ahead of the cutoff. He could have a lock after tomorrow's race if he gets a good run tomorrow. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. There's Ace Garcia, Mark Davidson, who advanced on in uncharted qualifying. Aaron Walpole, he's 9 points off the cutoff. He's close. It's going to be a tight one for the American Motorsports driver. Going to be tight for a lot of guys. Even Diego Yepes, who started off the season very good, he's only 4 points ahead of the cutoff right now, and one slip-up could mean a lot of trouble. How about Walpole, though? He is not wasting any time right there going to the pole, but Brad Stover just took it right away from him, and Stover, let me tell you, he has been phenomenal in qualifying this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Fast lap after fast lap each week, and that's why he's currently the points leader with 500 points after only 18 races. But Walpole just bested that one from the 99. He's back up top in the 34. This could be Walpole's race. It very well could. We'll have to see what he can do as this session goes along. But like I said earlier on, where you start in this race could very well determine where you finish. It's not a guarantee. It's not a road course we're coming to here at the Nashville Super Speedway. But it is a place where passing is difficult. It's still possible, but it's difficult. And if you don't start up front in the top 10 especially, you might not get a good chance at victory. Walpole is right now the fastest guy in town. 1/1000th faster than points leader Brad Stover. That's exactly what he needs. And John Arndt in the 05 with a run that he needs as well. He is right now 5th as Roger Ray and Ace Garcia just went 1-2. That's exactly what Roger Ray wants. He's still going for his first career Napa fan win, I'm pretty sure. And, you know, he's had a great season for Zytella Motorsports. His teammate Nicholas Amadio also running pretty well in the points coming into this one. Let's see where Samadio is, and don't know if he's actually completed a full lap under speed quite yet. He has. He's 32nd. Not quite where you want to be in a race like this. We'll have to see how it all goes down for him. Now, I got to tell you, Walpole's fast, but how about Mr. Matt Dalio there in the 79? Okay, I was in between saying Matt Dalio and Mr. right there, and it became a mess, basically, when I tried to say it, but he just went to 7th as we had a boatload of guys just excel past all those that we had up top, and it's now this guy leading in the qualifying. His name is Nathan Stapleton, and now all of a sudden, Aaron Walpole is nowhere to be found in the top 10, just like that. Matt Dalio, now Jojo Carter to the top of the board in the 26. He's now in the pole-paying position for Durica Motor Racing. A great run for him. Now, he was a guy who was in the chase for a majority of the season, but as of late, he has slipped up tremendously. But right now, he's in position to possibly get the victory tomorrow. Now, it's not a guarantee, like I said, but it could still prove to be a great day for Jojo Carter if he can, in fact, keep this pole. Now, Isaac Nichols, and we've had a few retirements going on. Nichols has announced his retirement as well from the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So we got Nichols, Kinghart, Alonso, and Gordon all retiring at the end of the season. And Nichols is now 4th fastest. He would love to get a victory before the season is done. I don't think he's going to have a chance at the chase, unfortunately, but got a good one going for him right now. I've got to give a shout out to good old Zachary Fitzwater there. It has been a tough season for him. He won the Daytona 500, won Texas. But other than that, he has had a miserable season. He's right now 7th fastest, a great run here in qualifying. And who knows, maybe he'll get his 3rd win of the season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series tomorrow night. And a great run for Matt Dalio in the 79. He has a chance at the chase. If he can get a win, possibly, or a top 5 finish tomorrow, and then back it up at Indianapolis, he could slip his way inside the top 10 before the season is over. Cameron Garlington is one of those guys who has recently slipped his way inside the top 10. He's 5 ahead of the cutoff. He just qualified in the 8th position. So we saw John Arndt and Aaron Walpole earlier on be up there. Walpole is now 20th fastest. John Arndt is 24th. I honestly thought those guys would be starting on the front row. But apparently it has changed tremendously in this session. Jojo Carter, Nathan Stapleton, Jonathan Wong, Brad Stover, and Isaac Nichols. Nichols, the highest veteran in qualifying so far here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Then behind those guys, you got Dalio, Fitzwater, and Garlington, and all of those guys have raced in every single season of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. They've come to this racetrack a lot. Now, in other NR 2003 series, this racetrack usually does not get run. This is about the only place you see Nashville Super Speedway in the entirety of NR 2003. Just the entire board here on YouTube. This is basically the only place you see this racetrack. But those guys, like Dalio, like Fitzwater, like Garlington, they've been in this series since its inception. Nashville's been on the schedule since the Chick-fil-A Cup Series inception. They got the experience here. It's a very unique racetrack. They might have an opportunity at victory with their experience. And, you know, guys like Dalio and Garlington, Garlington could win and lock himself into the chase possibly. So we'll have to see what Garlington can do. It's a stretch for him to lock, but he could possibly lock tomorrow night. Stapleton's pretty good here. Qualified 2nd fastest. A great run for him. And another great run for Jonathan Wong. He's been picking it up pretty decently as of late. You've been seeing him run up front quite a bit in his rookie campaign here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. 3rd fastest right now for the 39. And it's Stover, Nichols, Dalio, Fitzwater, Garlington, Heath, and Julio Caesar. Great run for Justin Heath. I mean, as of late, Justin Heath is just shot out of a cannon here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Of all the guys in the chase currently, he has the fewest top 10 finishes. But he's 6th in the points, 17 ahead of the cutoff. So you gotta hand it to Justin Heath. still has never won a Napa fan race. But he is one of the most consistent drivers I have ever seen. He came close to winning the Napa Truck Series Championship last year, won the Hers Dash Series Championship last year, and he has excelled late in the regular season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. First half, we didn't see any of Justin Heath, but since then, this 30 has been up front quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do if he can qualify for the chase, because he is going to have a great shot at winning the championship and possibly become the first rookie champion in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It has never happened before in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series where a rookie has won the championship. Daniel McMillan, he's 14 off the cutoff. It has been a topsy-turvy season for McMillan. He really hasn't finished in the top 10 all that much at all. But he did get that win in Rockingham and that thrilling race we had at Rockingham. I gotta tell you, that's probably the best best race we've had all season. But McMillan, with a win here, which I don't know if he's gonna have a chance at it, where he's qualifying right now. 23rd. Strategy could come into play tomorrow night. I mean, it's gonna probably be a rather green flag race, hopefully. And you never know. I mean, the whole entire season we have had here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, we've had so many races that have just been messed up near the end because of pit strategy. Yeah, I'm telling you, it has been a mess. But still, either way, it's been a great season. I've enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to getting the chase started here. It is going to be intense because it's a strict points championship, and we're definitely going to be focusing on these 10 drivers who qualify on, and it's going to be intense till the finish. With Nashville, Indianapolis, the only 2 races left before we set the 10-driver chase, it is going to be crunch time tomorrow night and next Saturday morning for the Raised Dies and Tubing 400 at Indy, where John Arndt got his last win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, which at the time qualified him to the chase. Arndt is one of those guys who is kind of on the bubble coming into this one. He might be on the bubble next week. Who knows, will Magic strike twice for John Arndt at Indy? We'll have to see. It might not strike for him tomorrow night. Where he's running right now, 26th is where he'll start. It's JoJo Carter on the pole. And the number 26, 4 rookies in the top 4 positions, and our points leader in one of those positions as well with Brad Stover. He is going to start 4th, I should say, for tomorrow's race. Justin Heath's going to be the guy who starts 9th. But it's Carter, Stapleton, Wong, Stover, and Nichols the top 5. Dalio, Fitzwater, Garlington, and Justin Heath with Julio Caesar, the top 10 running starting positions for tomorrow night's event. Justin Knight will officially start ahead of Justin Roberts, as Knight is ahead of Roberts in the points, even though Roberts won the last race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And then you see the rest of the results right there. And the Jordan Lopez and Blaine Keys had a battle in this race last season. They're both outside the top 34. Starting for tomorrow night's race. That's just how qualifying has been this season for a lot of these guys. It's been all over the place, but it's definitely been an interesting season, and it's going to be an interesting race tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have a really screwy race, which is good, but I didn't think we were going to have a really screwy race at Armory Digital, and we did, so don't take my word for it. Anything is possible, unfortunately, and we got to prepare for the worst. But the one other tie right there is Kinghart and Ray. Roger Ray will start ahead of Richard Kinghart because Roger Ray is higher in the points. So that's a position there for Roger Ray on the inside. This tomorrow night's race is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes down. It might just be a mano-a-mano battle between Carter and Stapleton throughout the entire event, but you never know when somebody from the back can move their way up. It is a wacky race. Pit strategy can play into factor in a good way, where guys, you know, they play it and they only get 2 tires instead of 4 tires like other guys, and we can have somebody we didn't expect get the win. Riley White, if you remember that name, back in Season 1, got his first career win on Napa Fan in this race by doing something very similar to that. And we could see the same thing happen tomorrow. Who knows? 60 laps at Nashville. It's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it, right? Over there on Napa Fan at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the Cracker Barrel 400. Congratulations to JoJo Carter on the pole, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Cracker Barrel 400 from Nashville. I will see you guys later.